Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? Good morning. Hey there. Thank you for coming in. I so appreciate that. So I am popping on here just a few minutes late. I'm trying to get myself all situated here. I was listening to some scopes this morning. So I'm getting a little bit of a later start. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning to everyone. Thank you all for coming in. I so appreciate it. I hope that everyone had a fabulous weekend. Is everyone ready for this today? Good morning. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. So you gotta love that. Not really. Right? Okay. Thank you for the hearts already. I'm trying to get myself a little situated here. Good morning. Good morning. All right. All right. So, um, thank you for that. So we are going to be talking a little bit today, and y'all excuse the slightly more casual version of myself. I have a softball game to go to tonight, so I wasn't wearing two different outfits today. So, um, so you're getting to see me in our church colors. All right. So gotta love that, right? So speaking of church, okay. So yesterday, needless to say, our sermon yesterday was on Matthew 14, and some of you already know exactly where I'm going with this. Others of you may not be as familiar. So we're going to get right into that. Okay. Sir, you know what? Here's what I'll say. Typically, and here, if you can be here respectfully, I ask you to stay. I ask you to stay and listen. Okay. If you're not going to be respectful, then unfortunately I'm going to have to ask you to go. But yes, if you can be here respectfully, I would love for you to stay here and hear it. So I'm going to leave that up to you. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. For myself, there was once a point in time in my life when I felt like I could do it all on my own. And it was all up to me. And if anybody was going to make things happen in my life, it was going to be me. And that was it. Okay. I kind of had the mentality of take care of me, take care of others too, yes, but I felt like it was my job to take care of me. Nobody else was going to do it. Yet I also tried to take care of everybody else. Does that make sense? Okay. So needless to say, yesterday when I was sitting in church and we were hearing about this, I'm going, okay, yep. I get it. Okay. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit today, but before we just jump right in, I do also want to quickly introduce myself for those of you who might be here that do not know me. My name is Buffy Hood. I'm a jeweler with Premier Designs Jewelry. They're based out of Irving, Texas, and just absolutely love being a part of their Premier family. They are a biblical-based company. And I can't say enough about them. Okay. So if you stay on my scopes for any length of time, you will find out just how much I love Premier. Okay. But I also want to talk kind of across the board today, whether it be for your life, whether it be that you are a part of a different business. Maybe you're not a Premier Designs jeweler, and that's okay too. I love the fact that you're here. For those of you who might be interested in sharing this out to your followers, go ahead and do that. You can do that by clicking on the little Perry man, or you can swipe over, swipe up, depending on your device. Click share broadcast and share with followers. Good morning. Good morning. So for those of you joining us here today, if you are here for the very first time with us live here on Periscope, go ahead and put a 1 in the box along with your first name so that we can welcome you properly. Thank you all so much for sharing with your followers. I so appreciate that. And again, thank you to our live viewers, to our replay viewers. Don't forget those hearts do work. So if you give a little tap to the screen anytime that I am providing you with some kind of useful content, things that you can appreciate, etc., go ahead and give a little tap to the screen. Show me some love. Thank you for that flow of hearts. I so appreciate that. Okay. All right. So now we are going to get right into this. Okay. All right. So Matthew 14:22. It says, immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. Now, first, let me just stop right there, okay? The first thing is, Jesus told them, go ahead, I'll be there soon, okay? How many of us have ever felt like we were kind of being pushed to go in a certain direction, okay? But we weren't quite sure that we wanted to take that leap because we're going, well, now wait. If I got to go do this on my own, I don't know if I can do this, okay? But, you also want to kind of think about the mama bird who pushes the baby bird out of the nest. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay? If that baby bird starts to fall too much, she's going to help. She's going to do what she can to help. All right? But we have to first kind of get that going, okay? Yes, right? Okay. So, but what he's saying is, guess what? I'm going to send you off. You're going to go do this. But when you get there, I'm going to already be there. I'm going to be there. Okay? All right. Now, let's see here. Where did I stop? Okay. So he had sent the multitudes away and he went up onto the mountain by himself to pray. Okay? Now, when evening came, he was alone there, but the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Now, in the fourth watch of the night, okay, so according to the way that lines up, it's probably sometime between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. that this would have happened, okay? Now, in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them walking on the sea, okay? Now, mind you, these waves are thrashing, the wind's going, everything else, and they look out, okay? When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a ghost. Okay, and they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, be of good cheer. It is I, do not be afraid. How many of you, by show of one, in the comment box, how many of you have that one friend, that one person, that one mentor, whoever, that just the sound of their voice is kind of like, whew, okay, I can breathe. I know it's going to be all right. I know it's going to be all right, okay? Chances are we all have that person, whether it is your friend, your mentor, your spouse, your whoever, your parent, your whatever, okay? So that was kind of how this was. They were like freaking out. I mean, and seriously, they should have been, all right? There's a guy walking on the water to them during this ridiculous storm. Of course, they should have been going out of their minds like, what? Okay, and they absolutely were. But then when they heard his voice, the voice of their best friend, the voice of the man who they have seen do all these miraculous things, okay, they hear his voice saying, be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. How many of y'all, by show of one in the box, have asked the Lord to take you somewhere in your business? Put a 1 in the box if you have asked the Lord to take you somewhere in your business. I better see lots of 1s. If y'all are not praying, I'm telling you. All right. So I better see lots of 1s. Okay. So Peter says, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. All right. So he's asking, take me there. Okay. I'm asking you, bring me to you. All right. So he said, come on, let's go, right? Come on, all right? So he said, come. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. Y'all, you've heard me say this before. If you are not willing to move your feet, don't ask the Lord to be guiding your footsteps, okay? That's just it. If you're asking him to guide you, to take you to a place in your business, to do all these different things, you have to be willing to move when he tells you to move. You have to be willing to move when he says, come on. All right? Okay? All right, let's see where I was here. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried out, Lord, save me. Okay? How many of y'all have caught yourself in the midst of distractions and dealing with that sort of thing where you're going, well, yeah, I need to do this. I need to work on my business, but there's this over here that needs my attention. And sometimes it's not even that it needs your attention. You're simply giving it your attention. Okay? Have y'all heard the phrase, not my circus, not my monkeys? Okay? If it is not required of you to be putting your attention elsewhere, why are you allowing that distraction to take you from what God has called you to do? Okay? So think about that. All right? But here's the thing. When he started to sink, when Peter started to sink, he simply cried out, Lord, help me. All right? Save me. And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got in the boat, the wind just stopped. Okay? How many of you are forgetting, by show of one in the box, how many of you are forgetting to call out to the Lord when you feel yourself starting to sink, and you're forgetting to call out to him to say, Lord, save me, save me. Okay, but here's the thing. We can prevent ourselves from getting there to begin with by simply continuing to have the faith that if he has put us in this business, if he has put us on this path, that he is going to help us, he is going to guide us, he's going to give us the skills necessary. Listen, Peter did not go out on that water. He was not able to walk on the water because he was amazing. Okay? He was not able to walk out there on the water because he had some special skill set or because he was, somebody miraculous. Listen, he was able to walk out there because God gave him the ability to do it. But listen, Peter first had to have that faith to step out of the boat and to give it a shot. Okay? He had to have that faith that, you know what? I'm going to step out of this boat and God's got me. He's got me. Okay? He's not going to let me fall. And the only time that we start to fall is when we take our eyes off of him. When we take our eyes off of his purpose, his plan. Okay? So the point of it is that first off, we need to be willing to get out of that boat. Here's the thing. God is going to send you leaders, mentors, etc., your premier family, okay, to help guide you at times through your business by training you, by teaching you things, etc. But if you're not willing to have faith that, for one, they know what they're talking about, and for two, that God is going to bless your efforts, if you don't have that faith, you might just sit back and go, not quite comfortable for me, okay? You might be sitting on the edge of that boat going, no. I'm not quite ready to take that full jump, okay? I'm not quite ready to do that. Or maybe you've been looking into getting into a business opportunity and you keep looking at it going, not so sure. Okay, here's the thing. If God is calling you to it, have faith that he's going to get you through it. All right? Period. If he's calling you to it, and you know how you can, how many times you can tell whether or not it's something that God is calling you to do? I hate to say it, but if you don't want to do it, if it's not comfortable for you, if it's not something that you would have just come up with on your own to go do, and he's calling you to do it, and in your mind, you keep feeling this nudge. You keep feeling this nudge to go do this, go do this, go do this. And you keep putting it off going, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. He is trying to call you out of that boat. And y'all, stop sitting on the edge of that boat with one little foot in. We know what the Lord says about being lukewarm, right? Okay? So you don't want to be just one toe in and the rest of your body out. All right. You need to be all in. You need to get all in to whatever it is that he is calling you to do. And many times that is calling you to do certain things in your business that you're not comfortable doing. But guess what? We are so concerned about staying comfortable, but most of us if we were being truly honest with ourselves, most of us could say that we're not comfortable where we're currently at. So if you're not comfortable in this supposed comfort zone, why not be willing to be uncomfortable to get out of it? You're uncomfortable anyway. So why not go do the things? Why not get out of that boat? Exactly. Get out of the stinking boat. All right. And put your faith in him. Listen, he cannot show you anything. He cannot show you his glory, his power, etc. if you are not doing anything to walk on faith. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay. If you're doing things that you can do on your own, listen, you can walk down the street. You can walk down the front steps of your house. You can walk out to your car. You can walk through the mall. You can walk all those places. But it takes a lot of faith to be able to walk on water, wouldn't you say? All right? But here's the thing. So often, things that require our faith, things that require the unknown. Okay? Now listen, there had to have been disciples on that boat that were staying as far away from the edge of that boat as what they could, going, no sir, not me. I'm not getting out of this boat. All right? They weren't even somewhat considering it. All right? But Peter said, you know what? If it is you, call to me. Bring me to you. Call to me. Call me out there. And we ask God, guide our footsteps. Guide our footsteps. Send us, we want our business to do this. Well, your business isn't going to do that unless you get out there and do some action and have some faith that the Lord is going to bless the very actions that you're taking. Like, seriously, y'all, we've got to get out of that. We've got to get out of being so concerned and so wrapped up in fear that we don't do the very things we know we need to do, that we don't do the very things that our mentors that are saying to us, hey, come to training, or hey, come to this event. We're going to be, doing something special, or hey, come to this bookathon, or come to whatever. And we're not having faith that if we go and we do those things, that the Lord is going to bless our efforts for being there. Well, you know what? He can't bless your efforts if you're just sitting on the couch. There's no effort to bless. Okay? So just like Peter had to step out of that boat, you have to be willing to step out on that faith. Good morning. You can't wish fear away. You have to do it afraid and starve fear and feed faith. Amen, Laura. Good morning to you, by the way. Absolutely. And that's just it. We so often give into the fear, but y'all, fear does not come from God. He does not give us a spirit of fear. So if you are concentrating on that fear instead of your faith, y'all are letting the devil win. I'm just saying. You're letting him win, because fear is the only foothold he has on you. Fear, doubt, worry, concerns, they all stem from fear. All right? They all stem from fear. And God does not give you that. He does not give you that. In fact, in the Bible, it says over and over and over again, do not fear, do not worry, do not be anxious. Okay? So here's the thing. If we are going to be true followers of Christ, all right, not just fans of him, all right, not just someone who's like, yay, I love this whole feel-good thing, yeah, but then when it comes down to it, we're like, I ain't willing to follow. I ain't willing to do that, okay? And if you are sitting back thinking to yourself, this is too hard, this is too tough, etc. Well, guess what? Nobody said it was going to be easy. We said it might be worth it. We said it would be worth it if you put your faith in the Lord, but nobody said that it was going to be easy. The devil is going to attack us every single opportunity that he gets. And let me tell you something. When Peter is sitting there, yes, false evidence appearing real. Exactly. Or there's another one, fear everything and run. Okay, that's another acronym that I have seen fear be used for, okay? But here's the thing. We don't need to fear. As followers of Christ, we do not need to fear. We don't need to. And That is a foothold that the devil has on us. Yes, face everything and rise. You got it, Laura. All right. So it comes down to us being willing to get out of that boat, have the faith that the Lord is going to carry us through it, especially when he is calling us to do it. And guess what, y'all? If we start to sink, all we got to do is say, Lord, save me. And guess what? He's going to be right there with an outstretched hand saying, I am right here. I have been here all along. You of little faith, why did you doubt me? But guess what? He's not going to stand there with his arms folded going, I'm not helping you. You didn't want to listen to me. Okay? Thankfully, that is not the God we serve. We serve a God who is so loving, so caring, so generous, so grace-filled, so mercy-filled, that he's going to be right there to help us. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Amen. Amen. Okay? So my hope and prayer for you all is that you will be willing to step out of that boat, which in many cases is stepping out of our comfort zone. Okay? You need to get out of those comfort zones. You need to get out of all of that. Yes. Fear knocked at the door. Faith answered. No one was there. Amen. Because here's the thing. Faith will push fear out all the time. All of the time. So we need to be willing to get out of that boat. We need to be willing to put our faith in God. Because y'all, how are we going to give him the glory? How are we going to be able to praise and honor him and be able to say, look what God has done, if we are only willing to do the things that we are fully capable of doing on our own? Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that makes sense to y'all. But here's the thing. We can't have, there's no such thing as faith if it is simply fact. Okay? So if you can pick your hand up and put it down, all right, that for you is just a fact. All right? I don't have to ask God to do that. Now, that being said, it is by God's doing that I have the ability to do that. All right? Does that make sense? But I don't have to say, our efforts offer temporal success. He is, or his way rather, is eternal, unending success. Yes. 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 Okay. So we need to be willing to give him that faith, to say, you know what, Lord, I know I can't do this part on my own. I know I can't. But I'm asking you, if it is your will, call me out to you, and I will take the steps to get there. Y'all, that's what we need to be doing. And if you're not doing that in your business, if you're not doing that in your life, you are missing out on some amazing opportunities. Okay? If any lack wisdom, ask. Yes. Yes. Okay? So, real quick, because I don't want to hold you guys up, I'm going to try to get you off here at a decent time. Lately, our scopes and our times have been a little bit off. I try to keep you guys at 30 minutes, no longer. So real quick, I'm just going to open this up. Does anybody have anything that they would like to add? Any questions that they have, etc.? Love you too. Thanks so much for popping in, girl. And for those of you who may have been invited here and perhaps you don't know kind of our routine, we are here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. So we're here every Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday. Thank you. Missed you too, girl. I haven't seen, I haven't caught a lot of your live broadcasts lately. So yes, missed you too. I'll see you at Rally though, right? Yes. Yes. Awesome. We are, and again, for those of you who possibly don't know, we are need to step out of the boat this morning, ask my boss time off for Rally because last night he made I'll wait for the rest of that to come through. Yes. Yes. And here's the thing, girl, you will be so blessed by going to Rally. For those of you who are in Premier Designs and you will be going to Rally, yes, That's awesome, Tammy. I will be saying some prayers. Okay. So here's the thing. For those of you going to Rally and you are on my Periscopes and you want to get a chance to catch up, Friday of Rally, immediately following your lunch. So as soon as you finish eating, come catch us out at the Water Gardens, which is just outside of the convention center. And we will be catching up there. Rally is our national rally. And that basically, our national rally is our annual business conference. Now, I call it a business conference, but it really is not a business conference. It is way more like a Woman of Faith meets Price is Right. Yes, Laura. Yes, we do. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. Okay. So yes, our business conferences. The awesome thing about those is truly they do not talk numbers as in, where am I located? I'm located in Delaware, but our rally is in Fort Worth, Texas. So yes, and so the awesome thing is they don't discuss numbers such as, well, our sales were this last year, and next year we want to see this amount of growth and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. What they do is they teach us how to have more balance in our life, how to put God first, then our families, then our career. Yes, meets Billy Graham Crusade, exactly, yes. So it is just a phenomenal experience. They teach us balance in our business. They teach us how to better serve our customers, how to better serve our hostesses, all of that kind of good stuff. Thank you, Laura. Same to you. They teach us really how to be God-fearing business owners, and that we put that first. Your boss doesn't allow days off because you're part-time. So he doesn't allow days off, or he doesn't offer paid time off. Yes, we get to meet the missionaries that Premier supports around the world. We get to see what they have been doing, what those ministries have been doing with the funds that they have received from Premier over the course of that last year, the year before, and that sort of thing. So we get to see actual the website. If you would like to, I tell you what, honey, reach out to me on Facebook. That would probably be the easiest way for me to make sure that you get whatever information it is that you want. Reach out to me on Facebook. You can find me at Buffy Benton Hood. So, yeah. Reach out to me on there. Friend request me, and then we'll have some chats. And then that way, just in case, this is public. So just in case, I'd rather keep that a little on the private end. So yes, but I'm so looking forward to it. So needless to say, I know that without a doubt, it is going to be a spirit-filled, fun day. And it's several days. Okay, so we have it goes Wednesday to Sunday morning, really, and it's just an amazing thing. I can't say enough good about it. That is also why I never miss a rally. It is so very important for me to be there. So I am going to let you all go. If nobody has any questions or anything else, again, thank you so very much for the hearts. Thank you to our YouTube viewers who are checking this out as well, and to our live and replay viewers. I so appreciate you guys being here. Really, you could have spent your time anywhere, so I so appreciate that you chose to spend it here with us. So I'm going to let you guys go. We will be back here tomorrow. Tips and tricks for our Tuesday scope at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And I just look forward to seeing you guys. So thank you so very much. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.